Okay, so just so everybody know, we are recording, so we're supposed to record all of our meetings, and then if somebody isn't attending, they could at least watch the meeting as well.
Is there anyone we're missing that we know of?
I don't think so. I think we had 40 something people fill out the interest form. So
we're definitely missing some people, I
think like some people have sports and stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, I would say you could probably get started and we could just put a link up for this meeting, so.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
I'll share. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we could see it now.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Give me a second. Oh, okay. All right, okay, we'll get started. So first of all, thank you everyone for coming to the 2020 to 2021 season Science Olympiad info meeting. Today we're going to be going over how Science Olympiad usually looks at North and how we're going to run it this year, as well as important information for tryouts. So to begin, we first wanted the captains and the coaches to introduce themselves. So I'll start. My name is Emily. I'm a senior at Naperville North, and I've been doing Science Olympiad for the past 3 years, starting with my freshman year at North. Judson.
Oh, am I next? Okay. Hello, my name is Judson. I'm also a senior. Let's see. I've been doing Science Olympiad for 6 years now, I think. And this is my 7th year, so excited for another new season. All right, Roger, you're next.
I'm Rashmi. I'm a junior. This is my 5th year with Science Olympiad, starting in 7th grade. Ella.
Hi, I'm Ella. I'm a junior this year, and this will be my 4th year doing Science Olympiad. I started in 8th grade.
Okay, and then coaches?
Miss Evans?
Sure. I'm Mrs. Evans. I am the assistant coach and the overall credit card carrier to purchase things for Science Olympiad. So if you need to buy things, I'm the one you talk to. I teach physics, and down the hall from me is Mrs. Brooker, except now she's at home. So.
Yes. I'm Miss Brecker. I'm the head coach, supposedly, of Science Olympiad. I've been doing Science Olympiad here at Naperville North now for this is my 16th year doing it. I'm also the chemistry teacher here at Naperville North.
Okay, great. So we wanted to start off talking about a little bit about what Science Olympiad is exactly and how it might be a little bit different from other STEM clubs at North. So Science Olympiad is a team competition with 23 different science-related events. There's subjects in earth science, biology, physics, and then technology and engineering. And so with these 23 different events, like some events will be hands-on labs, other events you'll be building things, and then there's also written like test events that you'll be studying for. And a few of the events have a mixture of those 3 different types. But how we run it at North is that our tryouts for the team are individual. But if you make the team for a competition, all the events will have 1 to 2 partners. And you'll be working with these partners to ultimately prepare for the competitions that we have. Okay, so this next slide is very important. If you are not a returning member, so if you are a freshman or someone who hasn't been on North Science Olympiad before, please fill out this quick Google form at the bottom right here. By the end of today, just so we can, it's just gonna ask for your ID number, and we need it to add you to Canvas, because on Canvas, that's where we're putting out all of the important specific information for tryouts, as well as we'll often be using announcements more than we'll be directly emailing people. So make sure you get this filled out by the end of today.
All right, so for those of you who are familiar with Science Olympiad from either middle school or other years in high school, this year's competition is most likely going to be completely online with the mini-SO structure that like National Science Olympiad has set up. In terms of invitationals, everything is going to run according to like the tournament director's discretion. So some of the invites we're looking at are planning on doing all 23 events, including the builds with modified rules. And then for National Science Olympiad, that's also what it's looking at like right now, but obviously things are subject to change.
Okay, and now we're going to talk about a little bit of what North's team is going to look like. So, as always, varsity will consist of 15 members, and there will be 1 to 3 alternates, and then JV will have 25 members. And this year specifically, we might be having a JV2 team depending on how many people try out and how people do on their tryout events. And also, so team selection will be based on how well you do in the tryout events and also the quality of the notes that you do in preparation. Teams will be announced about 1 week after the last tryout, and event selection will be the Tuesday after the last tryout.
All right, and then for practices, we're planning on having them on Zoom from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. And the link will be the same link as you used today, and it'll also be posted on Canvas when we eventually add everyone to Canvas. And then we're planning on using breakout rooms so everyone can communicate with their partners and make sure everyone's on the same page working together, even though we have to be socially distanced and stay at home. As for competitions, we haven't 100% decided on which competitions we want to go to this year because things are online this year. We can go to I guess further away than we usually can because everything's going to be run through online. So here are some possible invites that we might go to, and we're still thinking about going to Palatine and some other local invites in Illinois. But like we mentioned earlier, everything's still up in the air. A lot of competitions or a lot of invites don't really know how they're going to run this year. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes.
Okay, and now I'm going to move on to tryouts. So basically, we're going to be explaining the tryouts briefly right now, but if you want more information, everything will be posted on Canvas. So next slide. Yeah. So basically, there are 2 types of events in Science Olympiad. There are the study events and the build events. And if you want to participate solely in the study events, there are 3 tryouts for you. They're held in the first 3 weeks of our tryout process, so you'll have to attend those. And if you want to participate solely in build events, you'll be doing the build tryout, which is on the 4th week. And then also, if you want to be eligible for both builds and study events for our team, then you will have to attend all 4 weeks of tryouts. And also, we will be sending out a sign-up sheet for you guys to put your names down for which tryouts you're taking. And obviously, tryouts will be completely online this year via exam login. So since exam login is a locked browser, we are requiring you to print out your notes. So if you don't have access to a printer, please contact us and we can work that out with you. And also, after every test, there will be a brief window of time for you to turn in your notes on Canvas so that we can see how you prepared. And then also, we will have 2 testing windows, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, just to accommodate for those who have team sports. And also, this goes without saying, but please do not cheat. We want to maintain the highest level of integrity for our team. So for study events, which are the first 3 weeks, you will have the choice between one of 2 events. So you can pick this based on your personal interest or your strengths. So the very first week, you have a choice between forensics and water quality. So forensics, for those who don't know, is kind of like the middle school version of Crime Busters in Science Olympiad. You'll be tasked with identifying some substances, fingerprints, and all of that.
Water quality is important. You're looking at trying to determine the quality of water and other things related to that ecosystem and different factors that determine those things. Here we have a few topics that are listed that we're covering, but there will be more on the information that's on Canvas, so make sure to look at that. Also a 30-minute tryout, one-sided, 8.5.
All right, cool. And then the next week, you can choose between Dynamic Planet and Circuit Lab. So in short, Dynamic Planet this year is going to be based off of oceanography. So looking at ocean systems, how the ocean works, the big things, the water that cover the planet. Yeah, we want to I want you to learn more about that. But if you don't like that, you can also try out Circuit Lab, which is going to be focused on electricity and circuits. So you can use that AP Physics 1 knowledge that you learned from Mrs. Evans to good use when you take this tryout. Yeah, so again, rules will be posted on Canvas, so please be sure to check there for the exact rules and topics that we plan on covering.
All right, so for the third week of tryouts, which is October 6th, you get to choose between either anatomy and physiology or astronomy. So with anatomy and physiology, it's going to only be one body system, the muscular system. For this tryout, again, it's a single-sided note sheet, and topics will be the cellular and gross anatomy of different types of muscle contraction. There's also a muscle list with like a list of muscles and their origin, insertion, interactions that you have to know for this tryout. This list, as well as the diseases list, will both be on Canvas, so make sure you check those. And then for the other tryout, we have the astronomy tryout, and this is just also going to be a single-sided note sheet with topics such as stellar and galactic evolution and other deep space objects, other things you would normally find in astronomy. Both tryouts are also 30 minutes.
Oops, sorry. And then finally we have Boom Lever. All right, so this is going to be the only build tryout we're going to be running. So, and it's also the furthest in the future. We haven't actually decided on a specific date to run this yet, but right now we're doing it on Tuesday as usual. But again, this may change, so keep paying attention to Canvas. Stay updated. So basically, the idea is that you're going to build a boom lever out of balsa wood. So the picture, as you can see in the picture, this is what a boom lever looks like. The load is kind of like far off off the wall, and you're going to just increase, like pour sand into a bucket that you can't really see here until your boom lever breaks. So how we plan on running it this year is you're going to drop off your boom lever at school on the specified date, and then we're going to test it for you. All right, and then we can tell you your score afterwards and like show you a video of the video of like your boom lever being tested. And then yeah, so that's how we plan on doing builds this year, because we have to be social distance. All right, finally, does anyone have any questions? You can feel free to just like unmute, use the raise hand feature in Zoom, or I don't know, just grab our attention some other way. And then yeah, Kailani.
Am I allowed to use notes from like previous years of SciOly?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, as long as it fits the requirements of like the whether it's one-sided or two-sided 8.5 by 11 inch pieces of paper, then they should be good.
Yeah, feel free to use any resource.
Anyone else? Annabelle.
Can I
Sorry, Annabelle?
Yeah, can I share notes with other people?
No, we're gonna ask that you like make your own notes yourself for tryouts at least.
Okay, so but is it okay if I use notes from previous years and like my partners also use it?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but I would just recommend just like try like I don't know, adding your own things and then adding to it. So we can tell that like at least most of it was like your own work.
Okay, yeah, I also have another question. If I'm only doing study events, do I also have to try out for Boom Lever?
No, you do not have to try out. So if you only want to do study events, just do the 3 study tryouts.
Jacob.
So for like the dates and the more specifics about like what exactly we're taking notes on, will that all be published on like Canvas?
Yeah, it's all gonna be on Canvas. So once we add everyone to the Canvas who has not been added already, you should be able to see that. And then feel free to email us if like you think like after today you didn't think you got added to the Canvas or whatever. Just feel free to let us know.
Yeah, so make sure you fill out the form with the link.
Also, we will be sending out the form and like information about this meeting to anyone who said they were interested. But if you have friends that like maybe don't check their email, but you know they're interested in SciOly, please tell them to check so that like they get added to the Canvas course and they can try out too.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like for the tryouts, will like the 3 study events be added together to decide, or how does it work? Are they like averaged out?
So like each week you will get to choose one of like the 2 study events that are like the options for that week. And then like once you're done with that week's test, then you study for like the one that's next week, and you take that test, and then you study for the one that's after that.
My question was like, but how do you decide like with the 3 tests? Like,
Oh yeah. You can choose. So whether you can just based off interest or based off like we have a sign up sheet, so you can probably see like, oh, more people are doing this one, so I'm gonna do the other one or something like that. We'll leave the decision completely up to
not
you.
exactly what I mean. I mean like, how do you?
I think
for
he's
the-
talking about like team
How do you,
decisions.
how do you rank
Yeah.
them, Judson? So like, once they
Yeah,
take their 3 tests, how are you gonna rank them to know that they're gonna be on the JV squad or the
Oh.
varsity squad?
Yeah, so we're gonna take into account like obviously your test scores, and then we want to like create a balance on our team where each subject is kind of accounted for. So that's why we're giving a variety of tryouts, so you can like choose the subjects that you think you're the best on. And then the idea here is that we want to make sure each of like the subjects in each of the categories are covered fairly evenly. So we're gonna look at your test scores, obviously, then also your tryout notes, and like and then again, if you've done SciOly in the past, we might look at your record then.
Jacob asked a question. Oh, yeah, Rob, you just answered it. Yeah, the trial test will be a mixture of multiple choice, short response, matching, things like that.
I'm not sure if you already said this, but like, where can I find this PowerPoint?
We'll post everything to Canvas after this meeting ends, as well as probably the sign up sheet for the first week of trials next week.
Okay, thank you.
Also,
So that's why you need to fill out this form that's on this slide so that we can get you on Canvas, because we need your ID to get you in Canvas.
yeah, and also along with what we're going to be posting on Canvas, we're going to be like posting like in-depth descriptions of all the tryout events. So like what you need to study, what you need to prepare notes on, and everything like that.
I think Tyler has a question.
Oh yeah, Tyler, go ahead.
Are you gonna modify the rule sets for the different events if you're like reducing them in scope in some way? And like show us what you're changing so we can know what to restrict our studies to?
Yeah, so all the event rules are like modified from the original event rules. So like first of all, it's like you guys doing an event in a week, so like kind of lessen the scope of what you guys need to go over, and then also yeah, everything will be posted on Canvas. All right, any other questions?
All right, I think we're good. Nobody else has
Yes.
anything.
Wait, Elena just asked,
Oh.
who are the tests written by? They're written by us and then some of the graduated members.
Mhm.
All right, well, if no one else has any questions, feel free to contact us like with our email. I think that was at the last slide. And then, yeah, don't be afraid to contact us. Any questions, make sure you get added to Canvas. And then, yeah, I think that's it.
Make sure to check Canvas because we probably won't be mass emailing anymore. We're probably just going to use Canvas announcements.
And follow us on Instagram.
So thank you everybody for coming again. Get us your ID so we can get you listed on Canvas so we can get going. But we're very excited about this year. It's going to be a different year, but we're going to make the best out of it. So thank you so much for coming.
Feel free to leave. Bye.
Bye.